Let's make a last-minute crochet pumpkin. For this project, you will need super bulky weight yarn, and if you'd like to make the large pumpkin, you'll need a 9mm hook. For the small pumpkin, you'll need a 6.5mm hook. To begin, create a slip knot and chain 16. Skip the first chain and work 1 single crochet in each remaining chain across. Chain 1 and turn. Work 1 single crochet in the back loop of each single crochet across. Chain 1 and turn, and repeat this until you have 32 rows in total. Once you have your 32 rows, you're going to fold the fabric in half to bring row 1 and row 32 together so that you can slip stitch through the remaining loops from both rows to create a seam and the pumpkin's shape. Then chain 1 and finish off your yarn. You should leave about 15 to 20 inches of yarn for assembly. Thread your yarn end on your yarn needle. And weave your yarn end back and forth through the row ends. Once you've worked through all of the row ends, pull to tighten and close the one end of the pumpkin. Now secure the yarn by working it under 2 stitches in opposite directions so that the top of the pumpkin doesn't try to reopen after we put the stuffing inside. Thread the yarn inside the pumpkin from the center where we closed up the rows and all the way through to the other side. Now stuff the pumpkin. Be sure not to overstuff it so that you can see the spaces between the stitches, but stuff it as firmly as you'd like. Once you're satisfied with how much stuffing you have in your pumpkin, we're going to close up the other end of the pumpkin using the same method that we used at the top. We're going to weave our yarn end through the stitches at the edges of the rows and then cinch it closed. Secure your yarn by working it under a few of the stitches If you still have a hole remaining, use your needle to sew that closed. Now thread the yarn all the way through the middle of the pumpkin, through the polyfill, right out the other side. Secure it once, and then thread it all the way back through again. And secure it, and then finish off your yarn end. For the large pumpkin, I used the 9mm hook, and then for the small one, it's the one in white, I used a 6.5mm hook. The pattern is exactly the same, we just change the size hook for each one. If you'd like the full written pattern, you can pop over to the blog. I'll leave the link in the description below the video. Remember to subscribe for more tutorials and free patterns. And visit my blog, imbakadesignCrochet.com, for more free crochet patterns.